Hi guys, this is the big debate special live exclusive to the Woman Agenda, a new program. The Woman Agenda on the which is the YouTube channel. If you're new to this, is about women. It's about rising women talent. It's about women music artists, book authors, whichever area they're in, making a difference, rising in their respective areas, or women breaking news, groundbreaking news, and so much more. And also, we do the live interviews, as you can see on the Woman Agenda YouTube channel. Another thing which we also do, what we're doing is called the Big Debate Special, and that is from today, and that's every Sunday. It will be here every Sunday around about 8ish. Click on the notification on the Woman Agenda to see when we go live. And today I am talking about dowry, the dowry issue, an issue which has affected so many thousands of women every day, every year, and it's a massive thing, and it's a massive issue, and it's something which I feel is doesn't get addressed enough. I was hoping to obviously have a co-partner, but obviously my podcasting partner isn't that good at the moment. She's not at the best, but we will be bringing her on board when she gets back to her best. And we will be doing a live book show that's be launching soon. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, if you want to get in touch, if you want to advertise with us, click on the contact below, and together we can promote your product on a channel which is making big strides in giving a voice to women. And we're talking a lot about the issues of dowry. Let's kick it off because I want to address as much as I can today. And the first, which we are talking about, is a UK situation which happened. Here is the picture and what we're going to be talking about, courtesy of this article. So it's you may not be able to see the full extent of this of the name here, and I do apologize for that. I think it just covered it my stream. So basically, she talks on her marriage, which she won the case in the UK court, and I'll just tell you basically her name. Regarding what exactly happened and how it happened. This is something. This is courtesy of an article on theguardian.com. So a woman has taken her ex-husband and his parents to court seeking full payment of her mahar. Mahar, what they say. It's a landmark UK judgment basically ruling due in bride price dispute. So basically, her name is Nazma Qureshia Brishti, and her wedding happened back in 2017, as you can see the picture on there. So landmark, basically, this is what, as per the article, a landmark judgment that could bring part of UK law into line with the Sharia law position on bride price payments is to be announced this week in the Central London County Court, in a case being followed closely by a woman's charity. A bride price or maher is one of the most important aspects of an Islamic marriage contract. It is a gift or a promise of a gift to the wife by the husband. It is agreed between the parents of or guardians of the bride and the groom verbally or in writing shortly before the couple's marriage. Under Sharia law, the wife has the right to ask for her full mahr at any time during her marriage or upon its dissolution. South Asian women married under UK civil law, however, are currently unable to demand its payment in full or divorce. They must instead apply it to the family court, which typically demands only the partial payment of the money as part of the overall financial settlement under Section 25 of the Matrimonial Causes Act 1973. Until now, the UK courts have dealt only with cases involving written marriage contracts. The case in question is the first involving an alleged oral contract to be heard in the UK courts. So she took taken ex-husband, former mother-in-law, and former father-in-law to the county court to demand the full payment of a mahar, which she says is worth approximately 55k. The couple had a mutually agreed arranged marriage in England in January 2017. They separated later that year and were then divorced in 2018. And British former in-law paid her £5,005, the mahar written in the Islamic certificate of marriage, but have refused to pay the remaining sum that British says her former father-in-law promised verbally in the presence of her father and another witness. Her ex-husband and family denied there was an oral contract. So basically, we are talking about dowry here. Now, when I brought this article up, we are talking about dowry, but we are talking about women issues with dowry and other stuff which women have come across and face those injustice. That's the reason why this article has been included as well. So this isn't dowry. However, because this is a case which a woman has overcome obstacles in a situation which was verbally agreed in the contract, that's why this is included as well as part of the big debate special on dowry and women rising to injustice. That's what this big debate is all about. So that's why I've included this. Let's go back onto the information. So until now, basically, if this case is won in favor of Nasba, this decision will be an overwhelming triumph not only for her but also for other women in her circumstances, said Tamina Kabir, the principal solicitor at Tamina Solicitors, who is representing Brishti. There is no established case law of parliamentary law dealing with women in this position. The decision itself would be the best and most thorough examination of a problem that has vexed legal practitioners for decades. This decision, if made in the favor of Nazma, will be a landmark decision of this decade and will positively influence the justice system by forcing the legal practitioners to think in a different way to ensure the claimants' entitlement that they deserve. Certainly, we will see more and more cases at the doorstep of civil and family practitioners. So this ruling would not be applicable not only to Muslim women, but to women from all cultural backgrounds, where the tradition of giving mahar is practiced and regardless of the immigration status in the UK and whether the contract was in oral or written form. So basically, that's what the art says. So basically, she's taken her former in-laws, her ex-husband, to court regarding the mahir uh, judgment over the money agreed, which hats off to her for doing so, and then showing another woman who comes through obstacles and fights through those obstacles, and and wants to get her which is her right, because that was part of the oral agreement. So why shouldn't she fight for it? Absolutely. Guys fight for their rights, women should fight for theirs. Absolutely, that's the way it should be, and she should be able to get it. Absolutely. So hats off to her regarding that, and I'm sure we are going to be seeing what exactly happened after that as well. So let's talk about the situation of dowry now. We talked about mahir. We'll talk about dowry now on the big debate special. So basically, let's see about dowry and this India study. There was a study going on recently in about India regarding the dowry situation in India. Let's see what's exactly being found out. This is the picture. So dowry in India is stable. So now this is according to an article by the BBC.co.uk by Sarthik Biswas, who's an India correspondent. So this is courtesy of him. So dowry payments in India, and this is a recent article. Dowry payments in India villages have been largely stable over the past few decades, a World Bank study has found. Now, researchers have looked at 40,000 marriages that took place in rural India between 1960 and 2008. They found that dowry was paid in 95% of the marriages, even though it's been illegal in India since 1961. The practice, often described as a social evil, continues to thrive and leaves women vulnerable to domestic violence and even death. Paying and accepting dowry is centrally old tradition in South Asia, where the bride's parents give cash, clothes, and jewelry to the groom's family. The study was based on a dowry data from 17 Indian states that contain 96% of India's population. It focused on rural India since a majority of Indians continue to live in villages. The calculated net dowry as a difference between the value of gifts given by the bride's family to the groom or his family and those given by the groom's family to the bride's family. The groom's family have had paid more to the bride's family in a very small number of marriages. So they found the average net dowry had been remarkably stable over time, with some inflation between 1975 and after 2000. Other researchers found the groom's family spends on average about 5,000 rupees real term in gifts to the bride's family. The gift from the bride family in Florida costs 7 times more at about 32,000 rupees. So dowries consume a substantial proportion of household savings and income. In 2007, the average net dowry in rural India was equivalent to 40% of annual household income. As a share of income, dowry has gone down over time because an average rural income has risen in India, said Dr. Anukriti, an economist at the World Bank Research Group. But this is just an average claim to calculate how large dowry is relative to household income for each household. We will need data on household income or expenditure, but unfortunately, we don't have such data, she has said. So a lot has changed in India between 2008 and now, but research says the trends of patterns of dowry payments were not likely to be too different today in the absence of any dramatic change or structural breaks in marriage markets, laws, human capital of men and women, labor market outcomes. And the study also found out that the dowry was prevalent in all major religious groups in India. Interestingly, Christians and Sikhs showed a striking increase in dowry, leading to a higher average dowry than Hindus and Muslims. So this is basically what the dowry situation is. So that's basically the study done by BBC reporter regarding the situation of dowry in India. As you know, in India, dowry is illegal. It's not legal anymore. It's illegal now. So you shouldn't be doing dowry. You shouldn't be asking the bride, the bride to be family for an agreement when you're getting married. Uh, and if you're educated, you should know better anyway in the first place. And if your parents are asking for it, you should be telling your parents it's illegal and we shouldn't be doing it. That's fact. That's what you should be doing. You should be following that. And if you're educated, then you should be ashamed of even thinking about doing it. Is a shameful thing in the first place. So why are you doing it? That's what we are debating. I would like to know what your comments are about this. Please include it in the video. Click on the notification at the end of the video on the Women Agenda, and please put your comments on the show as well. And if you have a story about dowry or if it's affected you, I want to hear from you. Get in touch from the email below. email address and tell me your situation, your story. We will bring you on board on a show soon. So basically, that's what it is about. Now, even though it's illegal in India, it's still happening in a high proportion, like the article has said. And like I've just said, in the UK, we talked about Meyer, but obviously there are articles in place there, and even the police have been trained in the UK regarding dowry, to make sure that appropriate action is taken place. Now, we don't know exactly what the situation is in 2021 regarding dowry and how many deaths are happening. I've tried to find out, and so far I've not been able to get enough data, but we will be doing a forthcoming show with myself and my colleague regarding this soon. And hopefully we will have the exact data on this, and hopefully it'll be a promising data, and it will be less than very, very less, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, in the UK. But it does happen in the UK, and I'm sure it is still happening. It's not illegal in the UK, dowry. It is legal. So which is very, very shocking. Why it's not illegal? I'm not. I can't. I'm speechless. I can't understand why it's not, and that's what we need to dig in more about this and bring in a forthcoming show before I watch myself, but forthcoming show, and we need to address that and debate more about that with experts. Regarding the situation in Pakistan, which also has a major dowry issue, here's a picture. So Pakistan's gripping dowry issue. So this is courtesy of gandhari.referral.org. And this is a real story. So terrible tradition. Pakistan's crippling dowries put huge burden on the poor brides. Now, Golali had several suitors. Now, this is her name. She had several suitors in her hometown in Pakistan, where arranged marriages are common. But the marriage proposal fell through because the families of the potential groom demanded a hefty dowry that the parents could not afford. People often come to ask for my hand in marriage, but they do not come back after they realize that my poor family cannot pay a huge dowry, says Galai, who is from northwestern province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I might have been wrong actually. Dowries are centuries old tradition in South Asia where the Pakistani bride parents give cash, jewelry, or clothes to the groom's family as part of the marriage. There are laws that limit dowries in the deeply religious conservative country of some 220 million, but the rules are rarely enforced or followed. Activists say disputes over dowries leave women susceptible to domestic violence and can even lead to death when the in-laws are unhappy with the dowry. And she said, it's not alone in being beholden to an out of reach dowry in order to get married. The problem is common. Many families cannot marry the daughter due to dowry, she adds. Say the groom's family often presents a list of items to the bride-to-be family. It can include jewelry, furniture, electrical appliances, sometimes even a new car. The immense of the cost of the dowry is often crippling expense for poor families already struggling to make ends meet. The economic pressure of trying to reduce or avoid a dowry or needing to receive one compels family to accept a marriage proposal, even for underage girls. And Muhammad Ali, the head of Kaiper Core Own House, an NGO in Khyber, said that they help poor families. Says dowries are an outdated, unnecessary ritual that has become a competition between families. The families of poor girls are the worst affected because they can't afford it. He says, in the past, dowries were simple, involved kitchen item, clothing, but now the burden is too much. While some girls stay unmarried, other families taken out huge loans to satisfy dowry demands. The loans often saddle families with huge debts that they struggle to repay. My families and brothers took loans from various friends and relatives to arrange my dowry, says Zahida, a woman in Khyber. They tried to get everything that my in-laws wanted, but even that was not enough. Says she has suffered years of psychological abuse from her in-laws who believe the dowry her family gave was insufficient. It has been over 15 years since my marriage, she said, but my family still taunt me about the dowry. It's a terrible tradition. Now, talking about the death, dowry exists across all levels of Pakistan society as an issue of honor for the bridegroom and his family. And brides who do not meet the dowry expectation of in-laws are often humiliated and physically abused. In some cases, brides have been killed. So women who are unable to satisfy the demand suffer threats of abandonments, beatings, cigarette burns, uh, deprivation of food and medicine, acid attacks, and in some cases deaths, added the New York-based human rights watchdog. And according to Pakistan News International, an English new language newspaper, the country has the highest reported number of dowry death rates per 100,000 women in the world, with an estimated 2,000 cases reported each year. Now, most of the world's highest dowry-related violence and deaths are reported in Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh. The dowry custom in South Asia is many centuries old. Now we are going to talk about another article. I've not included. This is an article in the UK. Now there is a reason why I'm not included. So that's the situation in Pakistan, and it's as grim as it is in India. And in the UK, we don't know the exact figures. Now, why we don't know the exact figures, we need to find out. We need to dig more, and that's what we'll be doing. And we will be bringing the big debate special with me and my podcasting partner in a special big debate program, and then we will talk more about dowry, and we will try to get some figures and try to ask some experts to figure out exactly what the situation is in the UK regarding this and address it. And if anybody has suffered it, they can get in touch with me on the below email address. So it is scrolling below. Please get in touch with me. I will bring you on board. We want to hear from you. And on that, so that's the situation. We are, like I said, I am going to talk about an article which happened very in the last few years. It's a true, it's a real life situation. I'm not included a picture of this person, this woman who had got married because she's no longer, unfortunately, with us, and I'm not going to promote. Uh, and include her picture when her family's had such a massive loss uh, in losing her family. The last thing they need is me putting the picture all across social media and YouTube. That would be very thoughtless of me, and that's not something which the women agenda is all about. We want to bring the voices, but when it comes to a situation where someone's passed away, we're not going to start promoting the picture all over social media, all over the YouTube, everywhere. That's not the right thing to do. Definitely never going to do that. But we will talk about it without naming the person or the family, what exactly happened. So basically, this is exactly what happened. So father has alleges dowry abuse for daughter who died in the UK. So basically, I'm not going to say where she's from, uh, but they found her body in the UK without naming the city. So they found her body in the UK, has called for justice, and he's accused, obviously, her husband and their family for driving her daughter to suicide. So basically, she was pulled from the ocean and about 75 miles from her marital home. and unfortunately, she was pronounced dead at the hospital. So we're not going to name any places here where she was found or which hospital she was taken to, uh, because we're taking into consideration of her family. So yeah, but basically, there's a person here who had this is courtesy article is courtesy of IndianLadiesUK.org. Thank you very much to the article. So, um, and there's a person who claims he had spoken to her and that she had been barred from calling her family for several weeks prior to that. Because her family in-laws had been upset after he visited them without his wife during a religious festival. Um, so basically, that's what it is. But the husband claims that he could not travel due to her relatives because they did attacks on his house. And he also had filed a few cases against they filed a few cases against me who could lead to my passport being temporarily seized, which would then lead me to lose my job. That would be another big issue. It's the only source of income for me and my dependent aged parents. So that's basically it. We will talk more about this, what happened on when we do it with my co-podcasting partner when we do the big debate special. And we will be addressing this further, this article. This is just some glimpses of the article. But even then, we will not be showcasing the picture, addressing the name or the family of hers, because we're not here to be doing that. We're here to just bring it, what happened, and wishing that nothing like this happens again in the UK or anywhere in the world, because it needs to be addressed. So this is what the woman agenda is all about. If you have a story you want it to be showcased on the woman agenda, also get in touch on the email address below. Make a note of it, get in touch. Yeah, like I said, if you want to sponsor your product, if you want to advertise on the woman agenda, get in touch on the any whatever majority of brands. Get in touch. Tell me your requirements. Tell us about them. We will work together on there and on there. So I will be back with the big debate special next week, next Sunday, only on the woman agenda. I'll be back later on with a live country music show. So it will be Country Music Express later on, live here, or only on the woman agenda. So we will be talking about that. And here is a little glimpse of it. So that is going to be live at that's going to be on showcasing at 9 o'clock today, UK time. So until then, enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll be back later on with the country music zone, only on the woman agenda. Please click on the notifications, hit the like button, and tell me your comments. Thank you very much. I'll see you later on.